Hey buddy, this is Colin, Mr. Oldschool Gamer. Welcome back to the channel and thank you for checking out this video. If you're wondering why I sound like Jabba the Hutt, well, I'm rocking that old man cold. I have been trying to self-medicate with a shitload of whiskey, but I still haven't killed off the bacteria, so you have to bear with me. I hope my regular voice returns soon. So, today I'm gonna bring you guys a game of the tier 10 Russian destroyer Khabarovsk. Now this is far from my best game in the Khabarovsk. This is a pretty mediocre game actually, but it's very interesting in another aspect. So I guess you guys will see in the end. Well, the Khabarovsk has been changed up a bit lately. In the last patch we got the new consumable, the heal consumable, and you can choose to use that instead of the smoke. And I actually tried out some different builds on my Khabarovsk, and it's I'm leaning a bit more towards the smoke, because with the smoke you can actually save some teammates as well. But the heal is really strong as well, considering that Khabarovsk isn't really the most ideal destroyer to be sitting camping in smokes. I mean, the Khabarovsk should use its range and speed and maneuverability. So here I make a calculated risk. When I played this game I zoomed in to that Yugomo and I saw that he was sitting static in the smoke screen. So I felt pretty safe that I could launch my torps behind him. Otherwise I would never do this, because I know how it is to be that destroyer trying to take a cap, and then you have other destroyers and cruisers behind you torping. And you don't only have to consider the enemy ships, you also have to dodge your friendly ship's torps, but in this case, as you can see, my torps were more area denial for the enemy destroyer and weren't even close to even be able to hit my friendly destroyer buddy. So here I can see that the Kutuzov is playing it a bit cautious, not cautiously, he's playing it a bit too ballsy actually. He's overextending into a Turpitz and a Rune, and that is not really a good idea in a Kutuzov. So I'm just trying to bait the Turpitz and the Rune as much as I can to try to draw some fire from this Kutuzov. But they actually managed to escape into his smoke without taking that much damage. So I'm just trying to switch between the Rune and the Turpitz here, trying to discourage them from pushing me and the Kutuzov, and also trying to pretty much take out the support for the enemy destroyers who were at sea, but they died pretty quick. And if you're wondering why this game looks a bit odd, it is because I recorded this game from a replay file, and that is why sometimes my target cursor is a bit off from the target I shoot, like now. now I'm pretty much just playing that role, which Khabarovsk is really great at playing, which is just sitting, being an aerial denial, focusing several ships, burning them down, killing them off, earning me a nice double strike, which is always nice to get. That is not that common for me as many of the others. Ribbon you get, and also medals. In the Khabarovsk you usually get like arsonists and stuff like that. Of course Kraken, but not always double strike. So we are pretty focused around C. If you look at the team on the minimap, I'm trying to convince some of the other guys on the team to try and push towards B, because we will need some backup at B if we are gonna be able to cap B. And if you look at this map on the minimap, you hopefully realize why I said in chat in the start of the game that we should go for B and C, because if you look at those islands between A and B, there is a really narrow chokehold, like a bottleneck, which makes it really hard for the enemy team in this situation to actually hold B from us. Here you can see me pointing out that little bottleneck. So we have pretty easy to gain access to B from our direction, but the enemy team, who are pretty much locked out behind those islands, have a pretty hard time actually holding B. And that is why you always should go for the B and C cap on this map. And if there is an enemy destroyer lurking in B trying to contest the cap, he will be pretty cornered, because he will have two large islands behind him, just a small little channel to escape out of, and the entire enemy team pushing him. But now I realize that the bulk of the enemy fleet, the big heavies, are starting to push after their sail through A. So of course I need to change up my plan, leave the capping to the better concealed destroyer on my team, and instead play my role as a big aerial denial, trying to stop their push on this flank, trying to save this Iowa, who is really overextended, but that was unfortunately too late. He ate some big ass citadel salvos from this Yamato. But this is where I should be as a Khabarovsk. I should be right in front of their main battle force, just bullying them pretty much, setting them on fire, spamming the ocean with torps, and pretty much make them second guess their decision to push this flank. And as you can see, the rest of my team, the other destroyer on my team actually got killed because he got no backup from the big ships. The big ships are at the same location that they were like 5-10 minutes ago. They still camp behind the islands at sea, and I'm not really certain why they are camping that location when we really need to push the B cap. There is one battleship who is pushing, but this is a problem. If you don't back him up, he will just get taken out quite easily by all these tier 9 and tier 10s. And that is why I don't really understand why those 4 ships are just camping at the sea. So I'm just setting some fires here, trying to get these ships to turn around, showing broadsides to my battleships. Hopefully they can punish them. It did look like some of the battleships are shooting HE, which is a interesting choice. And this is of course one thing that you can do if you choose the smoke build in the Khabarovsk. When you feel it's late in the game, there's not so many enemy destroyers around, you can safely just pop your smoke and sitting it and just burning down the enemy battleships. Now the Fredrik de Grosse here, one of my favorite battleships, is just out of, or I should say, or just out of his secondary gun battery range. So if he had pushed me some more, it would have been great for me to have my smoke screen, so to speak. Otherwise I should have to dodge and try and kite away all the time, because the Friedrich, as many of the other high-tier German battleships, has some amazing secondaries. So I shot off some new torps, but then the battleship captain turned, so these are gonna miss. Quite big, actually. So instead I have to rely on my guns, which is pretty great on the Khabarovsk. Now I did early, actually in this game I still had the old build that I had, where I also had the inertia fuse captain skill. But I felt like, if I look at this game for instance, I felt like I had really small amount of fires actually for a Khabarovsk game. So since this game I actually respect my captain. I'm not going for inertia fuse anymore on the Khabarovsk. I instead go for demolition expert, of course, and also the survivability expert, because that will also be good if you choose to go the heal consumable some games. So the the 3 ships are still at the exact same point. I'm not sure if they all have problems with their engine or rudder or what the fuck is wrong, but it seems like it's up to me to go and try to cap another cap, because these guys ain't gonna move. So I can see smoke on the right side, and of course that is where the Tashkent is. And even though they did buff the Tashkent a bit, I mean, it's still a tier 8. He doesn't stand a chance to a Khabarovsk. So it's not a problem for me to just sail straight into this guy. Also, of course, the fact that I haven't taken any damage in the entire game. I done 123,000 damage. I killed 2 ships, set 9 fires, but I haven't taken 1 inch of damage. So of course, it's really easy for me to be cocky at this moment. So the Tashkent actually plays smart. He doesn't sit still in his smoke, which would be a huge mistake. He's trying to get out, I think, but he's reversing, so maybe not the best tactic. But I would never sit in smoke as a Tashkent if I see an enemy Khabarovsk pushing in. But one of my torps hit and... well, it was kill number 3. Wow! Those guys has actually moved 1 square. 1 grid square. It only took them 16 minutes in the game to actually move, but they finally did it. Maybe they thought that now it's only 1 cruiser left. They don't have to be so scared. And of course I have to mention MC Hammer. I mean, if you have a perfect game like I have right now, 0 damage, hey guys, you can't touch this.
Fresh new kicks and bands, you got it like that, now you know you wanna dance, so move out of your seat and get a fire girl and catch this beat while it's rolling. Hold on, pump a little bit and let them know what's going on, like that, like that. Hold on a minute, just don't fall on back, let them know that you're too much, and this is a beat they can't touch. Yo, I told you can't touch this. Why you standing there, man? You can't touch this.
Oh my god, the nostalgia. That is my childhood right there. That probably explains a lot, right? Oh man. I know one thing for sure. Learning that dance, learning the MC Hammer dance is definitely on my bucket list. Oh. So, this game is quickly coming to an end. And even though it wasn't, as I said before, my greatest game in the Khabarovsk, I think it actually was this first game I had where I took 0 damage. Hey, look! Hogwarts! Hey, Harry Potter! No, so actually, I don't think I ever had a game. I mean, I've been playing this game for, well, since closed beta. And I don't think I actually had one game before where I had taken 0 damage. So, for me, that was quite special, and I hope you guys enjoyed the game as well. And... as you can see, it was pretty straightforward. 3 kills, 1 double strike, 9 fires, which is pretty low, but as I said, I changed up my captain skills since this game. So I do have a whole lot of fires nowadays in the Khabarovsk. Again. So... at least I made some profit, which isn't always the easiest thing to do in a tier 10 ship. And also some nice experience. 85,000 with main battery and 40,000 in fires and 0 damage taken. So I wish you guys a really great Friday and a super fun weekend, and I hope to see you next time. Have a good one, guys. See you later. Bye bye.